The first step is about the funnel outside of Amazon. How can you implement artificial intelligence in the funnel outside of Amazon? Make the content generation so cheap, efficient, and fast as possible, and to make sure that like an individual, like the business owner, is able to do this content generation like in 10 minutes per day, something like that. It's not the priority usually, but you can do it with the AI content generation or generative AI. There are some softwares, and also use some, like for example, Canva that I'm using right now. There is some ways to use AI to automatize it. A lot of it is about software usage. It's not necessarily about AI. But AI can be useful, for example, for scripting, defining the selling points of each video, analyzing the keywords, categorization of the keywords to understand exactly what kind of content you need to do. So that's the first use that you can do. After that, there is another point that I think is one of the most important places where AI and machine learning is very useful. Is about categorization of the keywords. So SEO analysis. SEO analysis is very time consuming and it's the starting point of everything because from SEO analysis on Amazon, you do pretty much everything. You do the listing, you do the titles, you do the images, you do the product development, you do the PPC, you monitor how your products are performing, the ranking, all the stuff, right? And it's very time consuming. Also, is very specialized. A lot of people do, for example, PPC optimization by testing with ads, and it's very expensive. Instead, if you're able to create a AI system to categorize keywords by relevancy very quickly in automatic way, I think that would make SEO optimization so much more efficient and quicker. So, for example, in this situation, the use of AI is about relevancy categorization of the keywords, implementation of the keywords all over in the marketing system Amazon, so listings, title, in the product development, also in the PPC, and in the translations, for example. Like getting translators is very useful, but if you do at scale with big catalog, I think it's not the best thing to do because there is a little benefit of a human translator instead of a AI translator, of course, but that little improvement, I would say, going from 80% perfection to 100% perfection, so that 20% more is very expensive. So to get that 20% more, you need to spend a lot of money and time managing the translator. So you can do it if you are very at scale and you are very like big sellers. But if you have a big catalog with small sellers, I think it's not the best use to do, especially if you are selling in Europe, right? Because, for example, if we sell in Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Sweden, it's not worth the money to hire a translator. I would say that AI is the best thing. And for example, you can use Google Translate. I don't know if Grammarly has some translation tools, but anyway, use all the AI solutions to do that. A second place where AI and software automation is very useful is about automation for PPC optimization. There is a lot of softwares coming out about the PPC optimization by metrics. It's very PPC is data analysis at scale. So software in this case with AI is very useful. To optimize by metrics, you don't need necessarily AI. You can use formulas, right? AI, I think, is doing more the forecasting about metrics, predicting statistically what to change before you have the data to do it. So I think AI in this point is very efficient because it reduces the cost required to optimize the PPC and really reduce the time of a lot. So that's another great use of AI. And then for creating videos also. Generation of videos with AI is something possible that you can do, and translations, like being able to put language in the videos, language, written text and voiceovers, for example, is something that AI can do very quickly. You can do also this in content generation. You can create videos in multiple languages with voiceovers, and you can do in any language that you want. And you can create, if you would like to do, this at scale, streamlines the AI process. So this is another solution to keep in mind. Another place where AI is very useful and could be used is about automation for tracking rank history and variations of the rank. The tracking is not necessarily about AI, but for example, the price changes, testing different prices compared to the competition is something that is impossible to do by yourself. So AI, in this case, with third-party software, is a great idea. All comes down to if there is a return of investment, of course. I don't know the software, how much that kind of software is costing. I think $100, $50, something like that. Is it worth to buy that kind of software for price optimization? Depends. If you have like few products in very competitive market that sell a lot, maybe yes. Otherwise, maybe not.